Oscar De La Hoya's been walking on a tightrope ever since Virgil Ortiz Jr. defeated Serhii Bohachuk.
Shots hurt by the overhand right.
The tension between De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, which had been building, erupted after that fight. But what really lit the match wasn't just the friction between the two, it was Floyd Mayweather jumping into the fire, pouring gasoline on their already heated feud.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And this time, it got personal. Mayweather, known for always speaking his mind, decided to take his shots at De La Hoya while backing up Hopkins. In a heated live, Floyd didn't hold back. Oscar's just out here chasing money. That's all he's ever been about. Look, everyone knows it. He'll sell out whoever, wherever, if it means another dollar in his pocket. He ain't got no real loyalty to the sport anymore. It's just about his pockets. De La Hoya was all about the money, according to Mayweather. Even when it came to Virgil fighting Bohachuk, Turki Alalshik has recently been throwing fights for his favored fighters, with De La Hoya's fingerprints all over those deals.
Something special.
Yeah, something special. And maybe he gets back.
Floyd kept on hammering De La Hoya for that. It's clear as day. Oscar's just playing the game. He doesn't care who wins or loses as long as the check clears. That's why he's so deep with Turki, throwing fights left and right like it's no big deal. It ain't about legacy for him anymore. It's just about cash.
Oscar reaching, having trouble finding Mayweather. There'll be a lot of that.
And Oscar's doing a very good job of neutralizing Mayweather.
Floyd didn't stop there. He got personal, taking it further by jabbing at Oscar's reputation. You think Oscar's concerned with boxing anymore? Nah, he's concerned with whatever gets him on that next private jet, whatever gets him the next mansion. That's who he is. All the glamour, it went to his head a long time ago. I'm backing Hopkins 100%. At least Bernard's still in it for the fighters. What's Oscar in it for? The dollar signs? This was exactly the type of attack that Oscar De La Hoya wouldn't take lying down. The Golden Boy wasn't about to let Floyd tear into his character and drag his name through the mud without a fight. So, De La Hoya fired back, and he fired back hard.
Always talking shit. Like 1.8 million, you know how it is.
In a live stream of his own, Oscar didn't mince words. Floyd's talking like he knows me, like he knows what I'm about. Please. If anyone's been chasing money their whole career, it's him. Floyd's entire career was built around big money fights, pay-per-views, and making sure his bank account was bigger than his ego. He's retired, but all he does is flaunt his wealth like it's something to be proud of. Oscar wasn't done. Look, yeah, I've done well for myself, I've made money, but I've also given back to this sport more than Floyd ever will. While he's out here talking about legacy and how Bernard's the only real one left, he forgets everything I've built with Golden Boy. I've given countless fighters a platform, an opportunity. What has Floyd done for the sport except brag about how much money he's made?
You know, and Floyd, this is where Floyd is smart. He knows how to play that villain guy.
De La Hoya's words cut deep, especially when he turned the tables on Floyd's support of Hopkins. And as for Hopkins, sure, Bernard's a legend, no doubt, but don't come at me like I'm the bad guy here. We've had our disagreements, but that's between me and him. Floyd's jumping in, trying to act like he knows what's going on. He doesn't. He's just looking for another way to stay relevant. De La Hoya then went for the knockout punch. Floyd's got the nerve to talk about money, the same guy who can't go a day without reminding the world how much he's worth. He doesn't care about boxing anymore, not like I do. I've dedicated my life to this sport, and I'm still in it, fighting for fighters, giving them opportunities. Floyd's out here on the sidelines, talking from his mansion. Big talk from someone who's been out of the game. The live exchange was explosive, with both Floyd and Oscar trading verbal punches like it was a championship fight. Fans of both fighters were glued to their screens waiting to see who would land the next shot.
Look, Turkey is trying to make the best fights that everybody wants to see.
But the heat wasn't just about words. At the core, it was about the future of boxing and the real reasons behind their actions. Floyd's accusation that De La Hoya was tied too closely with the money and influence of Turki Alalshik, throwing fights for his favored fighters, struck a nerve. Whether there was truth to it or not, the damage was done. Oscar's defense, though passionate, was also layered with frustration, not just at Floyd, but at the entire narrative being spun around him. For now, it's unclear where things go next. But one thing is certain: Floyd Mayweather backing Bernard Hopkins, Oscar de la Hoya exploding with his fiery response. It's a feud that's just getting started, or, well, started a long time ago.
Floyd, who again, it's like that rivalry, the villain and the good guy, you know?
It's just recently that Oscar de la Hoya gave praise on the man who took his pay-per-view crown, but stopped short of lauding Floyd Mayweather's record. The Golden Boy boss, while acknowledging Mayweather's dominance in the ring, made it clear that he wasn't fully sold on the undefeated 50-0 record.
Floyd played his cards right. If there was ever a winner in Las Vegas, it's Floyd.
It's Floyd.
De La Hoya gave Mayweather his props for being the greatest fighter of his generation, recognizing his incredible professional career that spanned from 1996 to 2017. But even in his praise, Oscar had some reservations, particularly when it came to the way Mayweather built his career.
Right.
Floyd Sr. is not going to train you.
No, of course. Well, no, that's his son.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
not gonna train me to beat up his son.
No.
De La Hoya revealed his dislike of the Mayweather formula of picking and choosing when to face his opponents, a critique that has followed Floyd throughout his career. The Golden Boy suggested that Mayweather's undefeated run wasn't just due to his immense skill, but also because he avoided facing certain fighters at the height of their careers. I think Floyd's an amazing fighter, no doubt about that. Oscar started, choosing his words carefully. But he didn't take on all the best fighters in their prime. That's what bothers me. He was strategic, smart, yes. But as a fighter, my mentality was always to face the best, the toughest challenges. Floyd didn't always do that. His 50-0 record is impressive, but if he had fought some of these guys earlier, who knows what might have happened.
And I have double duty, and it's like very distracting. I'm an old 33-year-old boxer, but I still want to fight the best.
De La Hoya's criticism wasn't new. Many in the boxing world have thrown similar accusations at Mayweather over the years, despite his victories over some of the sport's biggest names. His resume boasts wins over Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, Arturo Gatti, and Manny Pacquiao. But detractors like De La Hoya argue that many of those wins came when his opponents were past their prime.
And one thing that makes Mayweather frustrating to fight, he'll land these right hands, but he will not engage in a slugfest. So you're still getting hit with 6s and 7s.
Oscar didn't stop there. During an interview, De La Hoya continued to reflect on Mayweather's career, questioning whether people truly appreciate him while he's still around. I don't think so, Oscar said bluntly when Sharp asked if Mayweather gets enough credit. What happens is, we don't realize how wonderful of a person or athlete someone is until it's too late, until they're either gone or much older. We don't do our research, we don't study their careers enough. It's always easier to label them great when they're no longer in the spotlight.
At the time, yeah, it was the record-setting pay-per-view. I think we generated something like close to, all in, like close to 400 million.
It was a subtle nod to Floyd's polarizing presence in the sport, a man who has consistently been both celebrated and criticized. For Oscar, the admiration for Mayweather's skills was never in question, but it was how Floyd navigated his career that left a sour taste. De La Hoya dug deeper, addressing Mayweather's tactical approach to fight selection. I think Floyd was smart in his career. He didn't hold on too long. He got out before a young lion could come in and take him down. That's commendable. But here's the thing. He didn't fight everyone he should have in their prime. He avoided taking some of the bigger risks. And I get it. It's a business. But that's not how I saw the sport.
I discussed with the Golden Boy. We want to do something in the first week in September if it's available.
Oscar's perspective on boxing was different, almost old school. For him, the true test of a fighter was stepping into the ring with the best, regardless of the risk to one's record. In my career, I wanted to fight the best, no matter the consequences. That's what made the sport exciting for me. But with Floyd, there's always going to be the argument that he dodged certain fights when they were at their peak. Take Pacquiao, for example. People will always say that fight should have happened earlier.
Time
But it's
Floyd
fu-
ever had a split decision.
Right. No, it was. I gave him a good fight, but it's funny because we're like throwing at each other, and the bell rings, and we're like,
Mayweather's long-awaited showdown with Manny Pacquiao finally took place in 2015, years after fans had first clamored for the matchup. While Floyd emerged victorious, many felt the fight had lost some of its luster due to the timing, with both fighters arguably past their primes. Still, De La Hoya acknowledged that even with the criticism, Mayweather's in-ring talent was undeniable. At the end of the day, you watch Floyd in the ring and there's no denying his skill. He was a defensive genius, rarely got hit, and played the game beautifully. But for me, that's not what boxing is all about. It's not just about winning and keeping your record clean. It's about taking on the biggest challenges, even if you might lose.
Sister said that Floyd Sr. went up to her after the fight and said, "You won."
yeah, which is pretty. I mean, Floyd Sr. He's a very honest individual, and
For De La Hoya, that difference in philosophy was at the heart of his critique. I fought the best, I took the toughest fights, and sometimes I lost, but that's what made it real for me. Floyd, on the other hand, always fought on his terms, and that's why there's always going to be a question mark around his career. The rivalry between Mayweather and De La Hoya dates back to their epic showdown in 2007, where Floyd defeated Oscar via a disputed split decision. The fight marked a turning point in both men's careers. Mayweather cemented his status as the sport's new pay-per-view king, while De La Hoya's star began to wane. Floyd's reign at the top of the PPV world would last for over a decade, with each new fight adding to his legacy and bank account.
With my friend, the legend. We are here and we are ready to the third. And we have surprise.
But for De La Hoya, that moment still stings. That fight, people still talk about it, he said with a hint of frustration. It was close, a split decision, but it was a changing of the guard. Floyd took the torch and ran with it. But you know what? Even after all these years, people still debate who really won. The two men, both legends in their own right, viewed the sport through entirely different lenses. For Floyd, it was about protecting his undefeated record and maximizing his earnings. For De La Hoya, it was about legacy, about stepping into the ring with the best, no matter the cost. And that's a rift that will never be fully bridged. Despite being by far the richest fighter in boxing history, Floyd Mayweather's wealth has come into question once again. This time it was further extended by promoter Eddie Hearn.
I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set, He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing.
In a recent interview, Hearn speculated that Mayweather, who boasts an undefeated record of 50-0, might not have as much money as he claims. Hearn's remarks have ignited conversation across the boxing world, as many people have long questioned whether Mayweather's financial status is as solid as he portrays. "I don't think he's got the money he says," Hearn stated bluntly. "That's what I think. I don't think he needs the money, but when you've got that lifestyle when he's spending what he's spending?" Hearn's comments hold weight considering Mayweather's public persona.
We got options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16.
Throughout his career, Mayweather has built an image based on extreme wealth and lavish living. His moniker, Money, reflects this, as he has always been seen flaunting his riches, whether it's stacks of cash, luxury cars, or multi-million-dollar mansions. But questions have surfaced over the years about whether Floyd has managed his fortune wisely, or if the endless exhibitions and public displays are signs of financial strain. Floyd Mayweather's financial prowess has been under the microscope before, with critics accusing him of reckless spending habits. Despite having raked in an estimated $1.2 billion throughout his career, Floyd's extravagant lifestyle might not align with the idea of financial stability.
Chilling in an EWB Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWB is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg room. I know I ain't that tall.
From the outside, it's easy to see why people think Mayweather might not be as rich as he claims. His Instagram is filled with images and videos of him flashing huge wads of cash, wearing multi-million-dollar watches, and cruising around in rare luxury cars. This constant display of wealth for many signals two things. Either Mayweather has more money than most could dream of, or he's overcompensating and covering up financial issues. Hearn, in his comments, emphasized that even though Mayweather may still be well off, his extravagant lifestyle could be eating away at his fortune. When you have a lifestyle like that, Hearn said, the money goes fast. Indeed, it's no secret that maintaining a fleet of cars, jets, and a massive entourage doesn't come cheap. For a man who has always prided himself on being smarter than most in the business of boxing, Mayweather's spending could be his Achilles heel. There's also the fact that Mayweather still frequently steps back into the ring, albeit in exhibition fights. While these matches may not hold the same prestige as his professional bouts, they are undoubtedly lucrative. Since retiring from professional boxing in 2017, Mayweather has fought in multiple exhibition bouts, including a high-profile clash with YouTuber Logan Paul and a fight with English reality TV star Aaron Chalmers. But the question remains, why is Mayweather, a man who once earned $300 million in a single night, still fighting?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, limited edition AP, all factory, 1.8 million right here. The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper.
Mayweather's most famous post-retirement fight was undoubtedly his 2017 clash with UFC star Conor McGregor. That fight alone earned him a staggering payday, but instead of settling into a comfortable retirement, Floyd has continued to participate in exhibition bouts. His opponents have ranged from mixed martial artists to social media influencers, which has left many questioning if Mayweather's return to the ring is purely for entertainment, or if it's financially motivated. In his recent exhibition fights, Mayweather faced Logan Paul, Aaron Chalmers, and John Gotti III, the grandson of the infamous New York mobster. These fights, while heavily publicized, lacked the prestige and gravitas of Mayweather's earlier career. Yet, despite the criticism, Floyd continues to step into the ring, which only adds fuel to the fire of Hearn's argument. If Mayweather truly had the wealth he claims, would he still be fighting?
I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me.
The fact that Mayweather is scheduled for another exhibition fight later this month against John Gotti III only raises more eyebrows. Their first fight, which took place in June of last year, was far from the technical masterpiece fans expect from Mayweather. Instead, it was marred by excessive trash talking, and it ended in chaos after the referee stopped the fight in the 6th round. Gotti III, ignoring the referee's decision, kept moving forward, sparking a brawl between the fighters and their teams. Given that their last match didn't exactly showcase Mayweather's technical brilliance, the rematch feels more like a money grab than a serious fight. The idea that Mayweather, 7 years into his retirement, is still putting on the gloves for these kinds of spectacles only adds to the narrative that he's chasing paydays rather than preserving his legacy. At the heart of this conversation is the question of whether Floyd Mayweather is financially stable. On paper, the numbers suggest that he should be. Having earned over $1 billion in his career, Mayweather should be set for life. But those who have been close to him, including Hearn, seem to have doubts. Mayweather's decision to keep fighting long after his professional career ended leads many to believe that he might be struggling to maintain the lifestyle he has cultivated. His lavish spending habits are well documented, and while he's known for his business ventures, ranging from promotions to endorsements, it's unclear how successful those have been in comparison to his boxing career. Despite the questions surrounding his finances, Floyd Mayweather remains a showman, and he is gearing up for his 8th exhibition match later this month. The rematch against John Gotti III is set for August 24th, and fans are curious to see how it will unfold. Will it be another chaotic spectacle, or will Mayweather remind the world why he was once considered the best defensive fighter in the sport? Regardless of the outcome, one thing is clear: Floyd Mayweather is still in the business of making money. Whether or not he's as wealthy as he claims, his desire to stay relevant and earn paychecks shows no signs of slowing down.
Money made, that's all I do is get money. Today is a rose gold day, as you can see. Arnold Schwarzenegger, limited edition AP, all factory.
So is Floyd Mayweather chasing money? The evidence certainly points that way. But as long as he's making headlines and stacking checks, it seems Mayweather is more than content to let the world keep guessing. What's your take? Share our thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.